Welcome to ISE's Equity Index Weekly Outlook, a weekly outlook on ISE and other industry indexes, hosted by Patrick Ceresna, a derivative market specialist and investment manager with extensive expertise in options and the broader derivative markets. ISE trades options on more than 15 proprietary sector indexes, as well as broad-based indexes and a variety of licensed benchmarks. ISE continually enhances its trading systems and develops new index options products to provide investors with the best marketplace and investment tools to trade smarter.
Hello and welcome to the ISE Equity Index Outlook for April 27th, 2009. This is Patrick Ceresna. First off, we're going to look at the S&P 500 using the SPDR Exchange Traded Fund symbol SPY. We had this rising diagonal triangle formation that we were talking about for the last few weeks that broke to the downside like we were anticipating, but the selling that occurred had little to no follow through on the downside. This selling actually does not satisfy what we would consider sufficient enough of a pullback in order for us to already be looking for a new robust breakout. Therefore, we're very suspicious of potential topping formations, whether it's a double top up here, whether it becomes a crowning kind of formation where we have a break to a higher high, but then it fails subsequently a few days later. So we are, even though there is the potential for some further upside here, we are looking and considering it from a topping formation. Next, I want to take a look at the ISE US Regional Banks Index, which is the symbol JLO. And last week we were talking about a rejection off that 17.5 to 18.5 focal point. We got that, and the subsequent selling had an intraday morning test into that 14 to 15 focal point below, and now we're working our way back up. That was a sufficient pullback for us to make a higher push. So any breaks above that 18.5 upper end of that zone will most likely have the market finish a move all the way up into the 2021 focal point on the upside for the regional banks. Next, I'd like to take a look at the ISE Syndex, which is the symbol SIN. This is an index of all the casino, tobacco, and distiller companies. Last week we had a rejection off the 75-77 zone that brought in a day of selling that pushed right into that 69.72 level. But we are seeing a lot of strength in particularly the casino part of the index, which has now caused an upside breakout, measuring all sorts of extended measured moves. The first upside extended measure move target we have is the 84.86 zone on the upside, and then a really extended move would push all the way up into the 90.93. Next here, I wanted to take a look at the ISE Home Builders Index, which is the symbol RUF. And more or less, we had a rejection last week also off of that 8.5 level. But like we were saying, the measured moves on the upside actually target the 9 to 9.5 area. So with Friday's technical break higher, we are probably still looking for another 25 cents or more on the upside as it comes up into those higher targets. Next here, I want to take a look at the ISE Natural Gas Index, which is the symbol FUM. And last week we were also talking about that upside initial target being in the 72 to 75 zone, and we were looking for a pullback to come off of that level, and we basically got that with a perfect test right into the 65-68 focal point. Really at this stage, especially with the US dollar breakdown and so on, which may bode well for the commodities, we probably may see this natural gas index finally make that push off the support up into that 79.84 upside target. And finally, I wanted to take a look at the ISE Mini FTSE 100 Index, which is the symbol UKX. We had a really good test down into the 390 to 400 focal point down below the FTSE. Then from there took a little bit of a move higher and now is breaking to a bit of a higher high on that index. So at this stage, it does look like we're positioned to go and test that 420 to 430 area up above. That was your ISE Equity Index Outlook. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For more information about Patrick Ceresna and to sign up for free index options trade alerts, visit www.optionsource.net. To learn more about ISE index options, visit us at www.ise.com/indexoptions.